Hello? Is this on? Is this working? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to hope and assume that it's working. It's Tom here, hi, from the Park Crush podcast. This is a theme park podcast. We talk about theme parks. My pal Josh and I, every Sunday we come out on parkcrush.com and various podcasting apps, all the podcasting apps really. If we're not on one, it's not worth having. One of the series we do is theme park video game reviews. We've been going back through the history of theme park video games, and as part of that, and because of the lockdown situation here in the UK and across most of the world, we've been looking for things to do to fill the time, and we thought, hey, let's try some streaming. Kids are into that, and treat it as kind of a behind the scenes of our video game series specifically. So I'm here with my favourite theme park video game of probably all time, which is RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. And I don't know how long I'll play for here. It was mainly just to test out the streaming and see if it worked. It may not be. I may be talking to myself. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let's dive in here. I've got a park kind of on the go, which I started a couple of weeks ago to kind of get back into this game. We did do an episode of the podcast looking back on RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 about a week and a half ago, and as part of that, to sort of refresh my memory, I did buy it again for my Mac and got kind of into it and built a theme park that I could then use as a point of reference to talk about. So we'll see how this goes. Let me just load up YouTube on my phone here and see if this stream is actually working. Give me just a second. To be fair, I probably won't even be able to find us on YouTube. I haven't really prepared for this. I'm very much doing this off the cuff, on a whim, as they say. I'm gonna hope and assume that this is working to some extent. I have no viewers anyway, so what does it really matter? Anyway, this is my theme park. It's called the London Resort. Long-time listeners will know that our podcast is based just outside London here in the UK, and we are pretty much on the doorstep of a theme park project called the London Resort, which has long been in development and will probably never happen, but I took some inspiration from what they claim to be doing for my park here, except I actually, as I say, I started it and I finished it, so I'm ahead of them significantly, and it only took me like a couple of afternoons. So I thought, I'll start by just showing you around, I guess, and I do have room to expand, so who knows if people actually start watching. We could take some suggestions as to what I could do to expand, because I do believe I can buy some plots of land all around here where there are trees basically, and start expanding the park. So maybe that's something we could do, but for now let's just dive in here and show you guys around. So here's the entrance. I always try and put a lot of now I'm not going to claim to be some sort of expert. You don't have to look far on the internet to find some truly astounding creations when it comes to these kinds of games, whether it's older stuff like RCT 3 or even before that RCT 1 and 2, or the old theme park games, but of course the more modern stuff I think allows people to indulge their creative sides even more. Stuff like Planet Coaster, Parkitect, games of that ilk. So I'm not up to those kinds of high standards that you see elsewhere, and I wouldn't claim to, but at the same time I'm fairly proud of what I've done here. So this is the entrance. It's called High Street. Well, in fact, this very still the start bit here, Burgers 1 has just broken down. disaster has struck. Can't perform under the pressure of a live audience. But yeah, the essentials bit, got all kind of your, getting ready for the day essentials, your information stands, your ATMs, your umbrellas, and down this way, if Timmy forgot to go to the toilet before you left, he's got an opportunity to go and do his business before you start your day. And here you come to High Street, which is where you will find much of the sort of generic shopping and food and drink options. We have a viewer, and it's Josh. My audio is echoing. I don't know how to fix that. How would I fix that? Why would that be happening? Josh, help. Why would my audio be echoing? I need some assistance. I don't know why. Heather the horse is about to give birth. Let's head over there and see. We'll just disrupt the tour briefly. Heather the horse is presumably over here. Oh. No, that's Hilda. Oh, hello. We just missed it. Homer the horse. Homer's already gotten busy. Okay. Right. How would I fix this echo then? I don't know. Who could say? Anyway. Back to business. So, High Street. Burgers. Turkey. Cookies. Ice cream. Milkshakes. Candy floss. Lemonade. Novelty hats. Sun cream. Everything you could need. I could have done with some sun cream yesterday. Laid out in the garden. Trying to make it feel as much like I was on holiday as possible. And, well, my nose would have you believe I drink a lot of whiskey, put it that way. Anyway, so that's High Street. And from this point onwards, I must admit, in terms of navigation, the park is a little bit messy. It is not the classic hub and spoke design of a Magic Kingdom, or your sort of vintage Disney parks, your Disneylands as well. It is a bit all over the place, but I kind of know my way around. So we will start with Starport, which I've tried to make a very immersive entrance to. Some sci-fi trees, some sci-fi walls, some sci-fi lighting. And people have been littering. This is not good. I mean, I feel like there's a decent array of bins around. I mean, there's bins literally right here. There is a bin here, maybe a yard away from where people have dumped this litter. That's not on really. But I suppose let's be honest. If I'm being honest with myself, that is exactly how a UK theme park crowd would probably behave. So I guess it's just being realistic. But anyway, I must admit my general approach, because I was kind of getting my feet wet here with this park. As I say, it was the first time I played RCT3 in probably more than a decade. So I was I put a lot of effort into decoration, but then when it came to rides, I was using a lot of. I was an arcade. trampoline, an observatory of some description, or a planetarium. So yes, lots of prefab builds, just to kind of help me get my bearings. But then I did try and unleash my creativity once per land in this park for a sort of signature attraction. And here we have Cosmos, which is an inverted roller coaster, as you can see. There are some people on it. It's a lay-down coaster, in fact, like your Manta at SeaWorld. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It's in water for no real good reason. Just looks nice, I guess. And yeah, corkscrew turn, nice big bank here on your back. Flips you back round here with another corkscrew. Dives down towards the water a couple of times. Yeah, I feel like it's a decent effort. And look, not huge queues either. I don't know what these people are expecting to do with these balloons, but I don't think it's park policy to allow balloons on roller coasters. So I'm assuming that whoever's in charge here will tell them to let those balloons go. There doesn't seem to be anyone manning the ride, or is it should have to spin it round? Here he is. Yeah, he's cool. Vendor 81. Bit dystopian, but I'm sure they have some names somewhere. So that's Starport. That is the sci-fi land. There is a sci-fi land called Starport, apparently in the offing for the real life London resort. As is also in the offing, apparently, the jungle. I've also built a jungle themed land. It keeps telling me one of my enclosures has not been repaired. I mean, it keeps telling me also that one of the enclosures hasn't got a viewing gallery, so guests can't really see the animals. I want to say that was an artistic choice. I think there are a few enclosures down here that are kind of designed to only be able to be seen if you hop on the tram here, the inverted tram. I'm sure there's a technical term for that, but so the tigers, for example. Oh no, the tigers have a viewing gallery, so it can't be talking about the tigers. Oh, the viewing gallery is closed. That might explain it. There you go. People can check out the immersive entrance, as you can see. You really feel like you're heading into a jungle. People killing the immersion with their space balloons. Should be someone at the entrance really saying, "No, you can't bring those in here. You need to buy a new balloon, I'm afraid, that fits with the theme." This guy's got a better idea. At least he's got like a tiger balloon there. Anyway, popular. We've got an animal exhibit here, some zebra, and I think there are some ostrich over here as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't think ostrich and zebra at all are native to jungles, but hey ho, what are you going to do? Neither are water rides, but there's a water ride here as well. There's a pirate ship kiddie ride, which seems oddly popular. That is just some decoration, I think, that one there. That's not a ride. Is there not another ride down here somewhere? Is that... Maybe that's it. We've got the snake ride, the Odyssey, and then obviously we've got this one up here, which is quite a straightforward little splash boat ride called Crocodile Falls. These are alligators, I think, also, so it's a little inaccurate, but hopefully you'll indulge me. I seem to only have one, but this is an oversight from me here. There seems to only be one vehicle running, but in fairness, it's not like the queue is enormous anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, that's Crocodile Falls, and we move on. I may well still be echoing. This might be just a wasted endeavour. I would be echoing, frankly. Anyway, moving on. This is where I sort of started to drift from the London resort plans, because to be honest, if you look at the the mock-ups for the London Resort. If you just Google it, London Resort map or something like that. Some of the lands seem a little bit kind of lots of similar vibes going on. There's like the jungle, and then there's like the forest, which visually have the potential to be very similar, I felt. So I kind of ignored it after I'd done Starport and jungle, just so I could mix things up a bit more. So here we have the Wild West. Probably the next thing you come to. There's some sort of random stuff, by the way, sort of coming out of High Street is this sort of generic pathway that I guess kind of can get you to all the various other themed lands, and along the way there are kind of some generic props and whatnot, like a coach, because why not, and some fountains, because again, why not. But the Wild West, again, immersive as all hell. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's basically Red Dead Redemption in here. Lots of set dressing to act as a backdrop to these food and drink stands. And you can, again, novelty hats, a key part of the merchandise offering at the London Resort. We've got a buckaroo ride, a roundabout with buffalo on it. We've got a drop tower of sorts, quite a modest one. Again, these are all prefab. These are actually ride events, I think, but I just thought they looked kind of cool. So the idea is that you plop these down and you link them up to like a roller coaster or something, so that when you then go past a certain point on the track, it will trigger this sort of event, which in this case is kind of like boulders falling down towards you. But I just thought they looked cool, so I just stuck them there anyway. There are many saloons here. Lots of competition on this Wild West High Street. And here we have my roller coaster, which is a sort of minecart, classic minecart attraction. And yeah, that one seems fairly popular. It's probably the longest queue that we've come across so far for any of our rides here at the London Resort. And then just round the back here, if you look at all these awards I've just won: best food, safest park, best reliability, best sci-fi scenery, best spooky scenery, and best safari scenery. But Holly the Hippo has just escaped its enclosure. Oh, we need to go and watch this. What's happened? Where is she? Oh boy. Yeah, that's an issue. That's a problem. Oh no. Well, she's a clever girl. She's hidden in the trees. I can't. Well, presumably there'll be someone on that. Oh, the brakes on Cosmos have failed. It's all gone Pete Tong here. We won 6 awards in the space of about 3 seconds, and since then, a roller coaster's broken down and a hippo's escaped. Yeah, I don't know who sorts this out. Do I have to do it? Do I have to manually find this hippo and pick it up? Or do I have people for that? I mean, I'm pretty sure I do have keepers. This is not... Oh, she's there. Capture... Oh gosh, what is this? This is... I don't remember this. And this is also a terrible view. What am I supposed to do here? This is not what I come to RollerCoaster Tycoon for. This looks like a Far Cry game now. Not a very visually impressive one, but yeah, this is very, very strange. I'm not a fan of this. Also, clearly, my line of sight is not ideal. Yeah, I think this is a wasted endeavour, frankly. We're just going to have to let the hippo run wild, I think, until it maybe makes its way out into the open. Dark cam. Oh, okay. Well, someone's taken her down. Oh, no, she's alright. She's having a nap. Well, she's not doing anyone any harm. And I don't think guests can get back there anyway. So as long as she doesn't lie in front of the train, she'll be fine. Okay, well, maybe we'll sort that out later. This has been a stream of high drama. I did not expect any of this to happen. Anyway, so where were we? We were over here. The horses. Well, we kind of already saw these, didn't we? Because one of them gave birth earlier. So yeah, probably the biggest animal exhibit in the park, in fact. But not a lot of interest by the looks of things. So yeah, that's the Wild West. We move on to what we got here. We got Halloween Town. We've not yet had a lawsuit from the Disney Channel. But, sorry, it's Hallow's End. Maybe we did get a lawsuit, because I'm sure I originally called it Halloween Town. Oh, well, what can you say? This was fun to make, actually, because I think some of the best scenery items in this game are spooky themed. So, yeah, I had fun with this one. So we've got a Hall of Mirrors, by the looks of things. Lots of dumb food options. Novelty hats, again. Key part of this whole enterprise. We've got a haunted house, or a ghost house. Try to make a little cemetery here with a windmill. Lots of randomly placed skulls, because why not? And you know, some overindulgent, unnecessary animatronics, which frankly are probably a little bit scary for kids. Again, some more sort of prefab fairground rides, and again, I feel like the theming on these is the best when it comes to the pre-made stuff. The horror stuff is the most visually exciting. But here, the ride I built was Into the Woods, starring Meryl Streep and James Corden. I actually tied James Corden to the track on this one, so that he died a while ago, but we just leave him on the track. So the idea on this one, this is a launch coaster, and the idea is that you come out of the station through the trees here, and then you blast into the woods. Well, technically up and above the woods, but then you go back down into the woods various times, including underground. And this ride, to be honest, doesn't really seem at all safe. If you ride it, I mean, it might soon be heading off, actually. Maybe we could jump on board and give it a go. Let's get in here. So for a start, I'm pretty sure all of these branches would be slapping you in the face, which is probably not an ideal situation. I guess we could put this into test mode, actually, just to get it going, because I don't think it will go until anyone gets on it. And for some reason, it's not popular. Again, I do think it might be something to do with the fact that it's extremely dangerous. But anyway, let's put it into test mode and jump on here. You can get an idea for what I've designed. Oh! Yeah, this is not a smooth experience. Oh my word. This is awful. Yeah, this is I think this would make me feel sick in virtual reality, let alone riding something like this in actual real life. Oh gosh, yeah, just got whacked in the face again there. And again, and yeah, just constantly getting whacked. Yeah, and then and then 60 to 0 in the space of half a second. Great, that's deeply unpleasant. It's no wonder no one's queuing for it, frankly. But yeah, it looks all right from above, I guess. But yeah, I couldn't recommend it to anyone in good conscience. Anyway, moving on. We kind of glazed over this bit here, so again, sort of just off High Street, really. We have this viewing tower which will take you high above the park for the best views that you could possibly want. Then we got here what's this one called? Mountaineering. Okay, fine. So this was very much like I'd sort of finished with my themed lands kind of, and I had this big space here which I don't know, I guess I've kind of exhausted most of the sort of theming options that the game has. Hold on a second here. I don't think Into the Woods has an entrance, says Josh. Oh, that would be embarrassing. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it does. Hang on, let's double check this. Hang on. Right, let's spin this round. It's this, isn't it? Yeah, Into the Woods. So we follow it through here. You can still see it. It's all good. Yeah, there. Take a right. And down here, take a left. Yeah, all good. Yeah, there you go. That's all lined up as far as I can see. There's a person there in that coffin. Who is it? Well, she's buzzing to be there. She doesn't see anyone from the start of her shift to the end. Anyway. I think considering there's a hippo on the loose, and about 3 rides have just broken down, we're doing alright here with our park rating. Don't quite know how we're getting away with that, really. I assume the hippo is still down here somewhere, I don't know. I think there are 2 hippos, so the other one obviously hasn't clocked on to the fact that the fence has come down. Maybe I do only have 1 hippo. Oh no, there's one. There's a hippo. Animals have escaped. Yeah, she's still around here somewhere, obviously. I can't get over this. I do not remember this at all. this whole shooter feature. Yeah. Not a fan. It's very weird. Holly's alright. It's whoever's in here that is the problem. How does a sunglass stall break down? Don't know. Anyway, mountaineering. It's basically an Expedition Everest rip-off. You know, it's sort of best use of available space. Kind of stands out. Played around with the terrain tools a little bit. It was a bit messy. I don't really know why there are pirate ships and giant crabs here. I just sort of went a bit mad and went to town, really. It's a woody. Goes into the mountain. No Yeti in there, though. Disco or otherwise. And the queue, to be honest, I think it doesn't really get much attention because I'm pretty convinced people just can't be asked to walk all the way up these stairs. You know, if you've had a long day, it's probably a bit of a trek. It's not good on the knees. And it takes, well, by the looks of this, it will take you about 15 minutes just to get off and walk all the way back to the path. It's a long way. But you get a cool view of this sort of palace, I guess. So I'd probably go on it. It's alright. I guess we could put it into test mode and go on this one while we're here. Let's have a look. Here we go. Up we go. I haven't really got into the modding scene on this. I did when I played it as a kid. I built a Jurassic Park, basically. I was downloading all sorts of user-generated content so that it was a fully licensed Jurassic Park, complete with the authentic river adventure experience, which was pretty cool. none of that here, unfortunately. But who knows? Could look into it. I don't know if the Mac version really supports mods or what. I really don't know. I had it on PC back in the day. That viewing tower is very high. Look at that. Here we go. Here we go. Oh! It's basically chic right here. Here we go. Look at that. Zooms past the queue line. Goes back underneath itself and down here. It's not a very long ride, to be honest, and again, a very unpleasant way to come to an end. Hitting the brakes when you just come down a hill and around a corner at high speed. Anyway, that's that. No one's on it. Again, probably perfectly justifiable in their decision to stay away. But, you know, bit of a shame, really. Anyway, moving on. Sort of the final back section here. Does this have a name? No, it doesn't really. Yeah, this isn't really. This is kind of a bit on the side. Train this way. It's kind of like, you know, some animals and some sort of transport rides. So we've got some jaguar here, I think, or are they panthers? I think they're jaguar. Oh no, panther. Okay, fine. I'm wrong. Yep, turkey legs, leftovers from the high street. And yeah, what else we got down here? Obviously we've got the hippo, we know all about those. We've got some giraffe, and I think we've got some elephants up here. Yep, there you go. Oh, one of them's died. So we have a train ride, which is quite pleasant, I feel. It gives you the best views of the elephants and the hippo, the one that's still in the enclosure anyway. Take you up around here. Early on I was kind of insistent that once you were in a land that you couldn't really see into other lands. I guess that's still kind of technically true because, as I say, this isn't really strictly a land back here, so the transport rides kind of are a law unto themselves, and I guess they're kind of designed to give you views of things. So maybe it's fine that the train goes high above the trees of the Hallow's End. But yeah, I guess maybe if I was to make this, maybe I should make this a little bit lower. Does look a bit strange, doesn't it? But hey ho, that's the train. And then we've got the sort of tram, monorail, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's closed. What's that? Don't tell me I never opened this thing, surely. Oh, maybe it had to shut because that's where the hippo was. Don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so I think, again, kind of in an ideal world, this would have multiple stations, right? And you'd be able to maybe get on it in all the various lands. But it was very much, it wasn't something I really had in mind when I started this. Kind of, as I say, I had the London Resort map next to me, and I was like, let's kind of work to this relatively anyway. But then the further I went, the more it just kind of became its own thing, and by the time I got back here, it was like, okay, what do I do with this space now? And when I decided to make some transport rides, it was kind of too late to then go and retroactively install stations in all the different places. So there's only one place to get on and one place to get off, but it's probably a relaxing 20 minutes or so going around the entire park, offering fine views of everything that's going on. So yeah, that's that. It is literally the entire park. It covers every single land and will give you views of every attraction. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's the London Resort. I can't think of anything else. We've had some high drama that I did not expect. A hippo escaping, rides breaking down, won some awards, and I've been echoing the entire time, just to emphasise every point that I'm making. But yeah, well, good to know that I'm echoing. A glitch in the matrix that we will need to fix when we do this again. But I think other than that, this seems to have worked. Streaming is something I haven't really done before. And last time I even attempted it was many years ago. So there will be some bumps along the road. But yeah, that will do it for our sort of test stream of RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. We will do some more of these in the coming weeks. So long as we are locked away, we will endeavour to do some theme park video game streams. Hopefully as a pair. But I guess the problem with that is that if we're both on the stream, there will literally be nobody watching it. But that's going to do it. New podcast coming this weekend, if you didn't know. Josh. Until next time. Goodbye.